guys, I'm back. This is your first time here. This is Simply Resilient. I'm Christmas Hutchinson, and I'm here to teach you about resilience. So today we're going to be talking about ways to evaluate whether or not you should leave your current employer. Ways that you can evaluate whether or not that you should leave your current employer. So let's jump right in. So what are some questions that you can ask yourself? The first question you can ask yourself is, do you feel excited about going to work? Or another thing that you can ask yourself is, do you feel uncomfortable or stressed out? Or does the thought of work make you sick to your stomach? These are things that you could ask yourself. Now, if you're feeling enthusiastic and excited, and not necessarily always excited, but you feel like look forward to going and solving a problem when you're at work, then that means that you are on the right track. Or not, I wouldn't say on the right track, but not necessarily on the right track, but that means that, you particularly like where you're working. Now, if you have stress around going to work or some kind of anxiety or uncomfortableness about going to your current employer, you might want to think about why that is, if it's a person or if it's the work, and there could be a reason why you should decide to move on to another place. The second thing that you can ask yourself is, are you being challenged? Are you bored? I know for me, there are times where I feel like, oh, I've been searching Facebook all day and I'm able to get all my work done in 2 hours, and they have me doing some task that maybe somebody at a lower level could be doing. Now, let me be fair about this topic. There are going to be times in your career where you are going to be doing something that's not going to challenge you. Now, the trick about this is that you got to think about how long you're going to deal with that. Like, are you going to be not challenged for 6 or 7 months? Are you going to not be challenged if you not been challenged for years? Now, if you're on a particular project where you're doing something that's not challenging you, at least you know that particular project, once you're done, is going to be over with. You'll have completed it. So when you're thinking about this, think about whether or not you are being challenged whether or not you're not being challenged over a longer period of time. And that's also another way or another thing that you can think about. Well, maybe this place isn't for me. Maybe it's time for me to go somewhere else so that I can enhance my skill sets and be challenged a little bit more. Number 3, are you being supported? That's a good question to ask. Now, working is a very important part of your life. You spend a third of your time at work, and you got to be in an environment where you feel supported. If you don't feel like you're supported, I don't know, I love touching that so that the light can come back on. I love my logo. Anyway, I need to focus back on you guys. But if you're not being supported, there's no point in staying. Now, if you've gone to this job because you're trying to get a particular skill set and that's your reason why you stay there, then go get that particular skill set and move on. But if this is something that you want to do in your life and you're trying to get promoted to higher and higher and higher levels, then if you feel like you're not supported, you definitely should move on. You should never ever put in time and work for somebody who doesn't support you. Yes, you're getting a paycheck, but at the end of the day, things like life is more than a paycheck. Life is progression. Life is feeling like you are moving forward. And if you're working for somebody who's not supporting you and you're not moving forward, that just has a personal effect on you. Number 4, do you feel valued? So this is a little bit different than feeling supported. Feeling valued means that you feel like you're being compensated well enough. Do you feel like the work that you do is actually appreciated? Like, sometimes the people that you are working for, the people around you, will actually come to you and verbally say, thank you for all of the work that you're doing. I really appreciate it. Or they value you through giving you bonuses or doing happy hours. Obviously, it's different in different industries. Like there's some places that may not have the budget to do certain things. But my thing is that I've managed people before, and I may not have had the budget to do things like to take people to big happy hours and stuff. But whatever I could do, whether it be not create, but write them a thank you note or give them a Christmas card or something, I felt that there are all kinds of ways that I can go out of my way to appreciate my people that work for me and let them know that they're valued. So if you're not feeling valued, that's eventually going to take a toll on you, and that's another reason why you may need to move on. Again, if you're in your current employer for a specific reason, to gather a specific skill set, or you have some kind of end game going on, don't worry about feeling valued. Go get what you need to get and move on. And the last thing is, how does everybody else feel about, when I say everybody else, I mean, what are other people doing in the company, or how is everyone else feeling about the particular place that you're working? Now, I get that you got to watch out for water cooler conversations and whether or not people are just, there's some people who are just negative. But what I'm talking about is if you notice there's a lot of turnover like every other week, either somebody's getting hired or somebody's quitting. Not necessarily being fired, but that's something that you should watch out to, because you never know. You could, like when the company is downsizing, sometimes they don't tell you. So that could be another reason why. But if you see that there's turnover in certain positions, there's something going on around you. The thing is that you don't want to be in a toxic environment, because like I said, you're at work for a third of your day, of your week, of your life. Well, more than a third of your week, but you spend a third of your time at work, and the last thing you need to do is bring your toxic work environment to your personal home environment and to your families. It's not worth it. Like, there's no money in the world that's worth that. So think about it. How is everyone else at the company? Do they have drama? Do you have that one person who's always complaining to you and you don't know how to get rid of them? Is there that clique of people who's complaining? How is leadership? What's the culture like? If you feel any kind of stress or uncomfortable feelings about the environment, you gotta go. There is no place in the world, no amount of money in the world that you should sacrifice your peace of mind for work. So I'm gonna wrap up. Those are my 5. So again, 5 ways that you can evaluate whether or not you should move to another company is: number 1, do you still get excited about going to work? Number 2, are you being challenged? Ask yourself that. Are you still being challenged since you started working there? Number 3, are you being supported by the people that you work for? Number 4, do you feel valued? And finally, what is everyone else feeling about the job, and what is the current atmosphere, and how are you feeling about it? I'm so glad you guys stopped in to listen to me today, and please subscribe to my channel. And if there's any other questions that you want me to speak about, please let me know. And for those of you guys who are new, again, this is my channel on being resilient, and I focus in on areas of career, relationships, and health. So today we're talking about career. I talk about career a lot because it's one of my favorite things, but I will be recording more videos related to relationships and health. Just bear with me, and thanks again for your time. Have a good weekend.